So close to level 20. Once I get to level 20, I'll be able to switch over my gear from my old 15. I keep up to level 20. Yeah, once I hit level 20, I'll be able to switch up my gear from this character, from my other character to this character at a moment's notice.
I wish you'd check with me before making insane promises. If we want to take down a Gate Lord, we've got to find out how these machines operate. Let's find the biggest one we can, pull out its brain, and see what we can learn about them. Their mind cores are actually biological, not relative to any known life forms recorded. Maybe the collective's research can tell us more.
So Rasputin, you're supposed to be the first. Were the Vex created by humans or something, or what? How does that work out there?
Vex are coursing.
One option is that either Rasputin created the Traveler, or the Traveler created Rasputin, and then they ended up going in like two separate, completely different directions, or they're going in the same direction and everybody assumes one's good and one's evil, but really neither are. They're completely neutral.
Research station.
One guy's saying that he posted up his own take on it, was that the Rasputin is an AI that created the Traveler, which could travel beyond throughout time, which is why Rasputin is in the past, present, and future. However, the speaker himself, he's like the evil guy, and he took control of the Traveler and is using the Traveler to try to wipe out some shit, I don't know. But it was an interesting take on it where the Traveler is just a machine, the speaker's bad, and the Rasputin and the Vex are good. It was like an alternate reality type story.
That would beg the question why, the... Crap. Oh. Damn, got killed by my own grenade. That brings up the question of why are we fighting the Vex then?
Yeah, I mean that's just the storyline that the guy came up with. That storyline obviously doesn't coincide with any strike missions or story missions that we currently do. But he was making up his own shit due to the lack of story in the game. And all he did is he just went off the Grimoire cards. That was it. He didn't go off of anything else.
Better take my time here. If I die, everything gets reset. Oh, Alejandro, did you want to drop in on me there?
Oh yeah, I can.
Okay. Somebody suggested that the reason why Bungie wanted to take away a lot of the story elements was so that the game was make your own story. And I understand the concept, because that's what it was like in Payday 2. You know, we would do something, go do a heist, and then once we're done, that would be our story of what happened in the heist. You know, like, oh, dude, that was so awesome how we, you know, we tried to transport all the weapons, but we couldn't, so we only got half of them and had to destroy the other half. That's something you can really do in that. But the problem is that you really don't do any other actions here other than shooting everything in sight. So it's hard to come up with your own story other than, well, I shot everything, and then I got down and a friend revived me. and then we shot some other stuff.
Whole bunch of shooting.
Yeah.
One theory that somebody did, I guess he is an
Nice work.
ex-programmer or
There's got to
something
be a central
within
terminal
the
around here.
industry, and he
Good
said that the reason
Let's
why
see
the
if I can
game
get it
got
to work.
released is because it was a MVP, which was a minimum value product or something like that. In other words, it was stable enough for release so they could actually start earning income on it. And with the way that systems are today with constant updates,
Oh
live
yeah,
updates, and everything like
DLC.
that,
Yeah, I gotcha.
yeah. Otherwise, this thing would be like older games when they were in production for years and
Survivable.
years.
I'll see what they discovered here.
Yeah, sometimes I think developers bite off,
Vex.
try to do these projects that are just ridiculous in scope. I don't necessarily think that it turns out better games anymore. Especially when they do things that are very difficult to balance. Like the idea of getting random weapons and using them in PvP. That's gotta be really... Well, that is really difficult. It's a little bit different than, say, Unreal Tournament, where if something unbalanced there was usually about a certain stage, so you could fix that stage pretty easily.
So fast.
Or, you know, just take it out of rotation, or make it an unranked map, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know where they're trying to go with this game. I haven't quite figured that one out yet.
Oh, I know, World of Warcraft.
Nah, it can never get like that.
I can really... The 10-year plan to me sounds like they want a World of Warcraft. But yeah, honestly, I don't think there's any way that they can keep things going unless they add some variety into the game. I mean, one advantage that World of Warcraft has is that because it was made about, like, what,
Amazing.
12 years ago?
They can work with
Released
those star
10 years
systems
ago?
instantly.
12 years ago? Something like that? The graphics are much lower scale. So because of that, they're able to put a lot more content in there. Graphics are one of the single most expensive things in video games now. In most development teams that have about 200 people, about 150 to 175 people work on nothing but graphics. So,
Yep.
so with modern games, it's kind of like you get less of everything to get better graphics.
Yep. Actually, I think somebody went and did the math. I have to reread the post. He posted it up today. I guess there was 200 people on the team just dedicated to graphics.
That makes sense.
I believe that's what it was. I know there was the number of 200.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. I don't know how many people there are at Bungie right now, whether it's like somewhere between 300 to 500. But yeah, some of the things that they're asking. Yes, level 20! Maximum
There you
level.
I know how to find the Gate Lord. Each Vex is part of a giant network. That
Now go
spreads
put on
through
that
the
gear and
mantle
see
of
what
the entire
happens.
planet. If I can just get into their system, we can draw a Gate Lord out.
I just know that some indie developer is going to get the idea into his head. Like, I'm seeing all these indie games that get around all the graphical problems by doing low-scale graphics. Like, Minecraft is a good example, but I know somebody's going to figure out how to do a AAA game like that, and no one's going to tell the difference. They're just going to think, oh, that just happens to look kind of different and weird. And they're going to roll, and they will be rolling in the dough.